Hey, I'm Officer Kennedy. Remember quickly say earlier, conversation's being recorded, okay?
Yes, it is.
Ooh, Uno reverse.
The reason for the stop today is that I noticed your tags are expired. Do you have your license on now?
They say it takes 7 seconds to form an impression of somebody. I've already formed my impression of her. Let's see where this one goes.
Is that a firearm under your jacket? Don't reach for it, just answer it. I don't know. I'm asking if it's a firearm, so if you reach for it, we have issues.
It is.
Okay, don't ever reach for it, okay? Okay. Will you do me a favor? I'd like to remove that from you.
I would rather remove it myself.
Okay,
than
you're not
place
going to
it
do
on
that. You're not going to put a firearm in your hands. Okay, so just hear me out. Stop talking. Just let me explain, okay? It's for my safety. I don't mean any harm to you.
Excuse me, but it's about my safety.
Okay, I'm not going to hurt you, nor am I putting off an intimidating
Well, I'm not going to hurt you.
This is what I would like to do, okay? All I would like you to do is cross your fingers like this, put your hand on your head, and I'd like to just grab it and take it out. I'm not going to seize it or anything.
No, I do not want my weapon outside of my vehicle.
Where's your ID?
I do not want my weapon outside of the vehicle.
Where is your
I
ID?
am willing to put my weapon on the dash so that you can clearly see it.
Do not touch that gun.
Fine.
Okay.
Then it'll
I'll tell
see
you
where
what.
it's at.
Put the paperwork on the dash for me. Put the paperwork on the dash.
Why?
Because I'm telling you to, and it's a lawful order. Put the paperwork on the dash now, and put your hands on the steering wheel and don't move them. Okay? You're being confrontational. You have a firearm. We're not going to play that game. I'm going to get your name, date of birth, and I'm going to continue my traffic stop. Do you understand that?
I think I'll just plead the fifth.
That's fine. I recommend that. Well, if you're not going to plead the fifth, you're going to need to present me with an ID. Can you point to where your ID is?
No, sir. You told me to put my hands on the steering wheel.
But you told me you were going to plead the fifth, which means you're not going to talk anymore. Okay, if you're not going to talk, you can't tell me your name and your date of birth. Does that make sense?
I'm having flashbacks of arguing with my 2-year-old. This is just like how it was with him as well.
So, will you tell me your name and date of birth?
Not until I present this paperwork.
Okay. 3216. Can I get another unit? I'm going to get my chief down here for you.
Okay.
Keep your hands right where they're at.
I will keep them there as long as I can.
Okay. Perfect. They need to remain there, and your hand needs to stay away from that part.
And I already told you, I will keep them there as long as I can. This is not exactly a comfortable position.
Not yet. Female's verbally uncooperative.
I am not uncooperative. I am simply answering you without mine. You're saying I'm being confrontational. I'm not being confrontational.
Okay, maybe let me use a different word. Argumentative.
Well, maybe argumentative.
We love when people are self-aware.
But I'd say so are you, because you're not getting everything you want exactly when you want it.
Yeah, because I gotta survive every contact, and I'm gonna get what I want when there's a firearm involved.
You know what?
It's gonna happen.
I'm sorry, but it's the police that have proved themselves to be unreliable.
Oh yeah? Have you ever met me before?
Yes, I have.
Wait. You guys know each other? From where?
Where did you meet me?
Matter of fact, really doesn't matter.
Okay, so you haven't met me, so therefore you have no idea whether I'm reliable or not.
All I know is you're wearing a monkey suit.
A monkey suit? I believe it's a police uniform and a badge. But that's fine. I get what you're trying to do. You're mad at the badge, not at me. I'm just trying to go home every day.
I don't trust the badge.
Okay, you don't have to trust me, but not that I don't trust you, I can't trust you because I don't know you. Okay, I stop hundreds, possibly thousands of people every year, and I have to survive each of those contacts for a duration of 25 years. Okay?
I understand that.
I know how to do that, and I know how I want people to react if they do have a firearm, and so that's what I go off of, okay?
And I was willing to compromise with you, but you're not willing to compromise. You want it your way.
What is the compromise?
I am willing to put it on the dash, or even to allow you to put it on the dash. I would like to do that. Willing to allow you to remove it from my vehicle.
Okay. I can work with you on that a little bit. If I'm going to put it on your dash, I'm going to unload it first.
That's fine.
Okay. Will you put your hands on your head with your fingers crossed so I can remove it from you?
I know he's a professional and won't do this, but how badly do you want him to just reach up and tickle her armpit?
Thank you. I appreciate that. Any other firearms with you?
No.
The chief of police has now arrived to back up his officer.
Recording as well. Now, as I told you before I relinquish my information, I am going to go over this paperwork.
That's fine.
Okay?
Although these papers mean a lot to her, she did not have them in order, so we sped up the footage by 5 times speed for you.
So, as you're asking me for my driver's license, I do want you to know that the right of the citizen to travel upon the public highways and to transport his property thereon by horse-drawn carriage, wagon, or automobile is not a mere privilege which may be permitted or prohibited at will, but a common right which he has under his right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Under this constitutional guarantee, one may, therefore, under normal conditions, travel at his inclination along the public highways or in public places, and while conducting himself in an orderly and decent manner, neither interfering with nor disturbing another's rights. He will be protected, not only in his person, but in his safe conduct.
Typically, people who believe in the things that this woman is stating are named sovereign citizens. Have any of you met any sovereign citizens and have any stories about that? Or are you a sovereign citizen?
And I can give you where to find that if you would like.
And we don't need to. The U.S. Supreme Court has already squashed that, so...
No, the U.S. Supreme Court has not.
Yes, they have. And you do have a right to travel. You have a right to travel by your feet or your horse, but you have to have a driver's license.
No, you do not.
Okay, we can argue this later, so you need to provide the officer with your driver's license, or you will be arrested for failure to carry and present.
For what crime?
Failure to carry and present a driver's license. That's a Class C misdemeanor in the state of Oregon.
Without a crime, it is not a failure.
So you have to let go of it. You have to present
Why
it to...
Why do I have to let go of it? I presented it. You can see it.
Do you have a concealed handgun license with you?
No.
Okay. Do you have insurance for the vehicle?
I know he has to ask if she has insurance for the vehicle, but this woman doesn't even have a hood over her engine. I really don't think she has insurance.
Not required.
Okay.
Good. Whether you feel it's required or not, do you have insurance information? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. Do you have registration information? Whether it's required in your opinion or not, do you have...
I don't know if it's here in the car or not.
Okay, so you just don't know. Okay, that's fine. I'll be back.
Ma'am, here's the deal. If you believe that this is part of your right to travel, this isn't the place to argue that. Okay? That's why they have a court of law.
You mean another waste of my time?
Okay, well, you're citing what you think's a part of the Constitution, and so if it's constitutionally sound, that's what a court's for, and that's why there's appeals processes. If you don't like the original court ruling, okay, and if you read closely, they did not rule that you have the right to travel without a driver's license in a motor vehicle. Okay?
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
And I can show you.
Well, that's fine. Again, if you believe that that's the case, that's what a court's for. It's not to sit out here and argue on the side of the highway with the officer, because that just escalates things and things turn worse. So she prevented you a driver's license, and she's suspended?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to ask her if she knows that. That's a crime if she knows she's suspended. Ma'am, did you know your driving privileges are suspended in Oregon?
I plead the fifth.
Okay.
I wonder how long she'll plead the fifth for this time.
Hey, Gina.
Yeah.
So this is the deal.
Gosh dang it, Gina. That was only 1 second.
Okay? I need you to step out of the vehicle because you're being placed under arrest for carrying a concealed firearm.
You're placing me under arrest for a concealed firearm.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I ask what led you to that decision?
Okay, well, you're carrying a concealed firearm, and that's a crime in Oregon.
Ma'am, do you recall I asked you if that was a gun underneath your jacket?
And I said yes.
Okay, so by me not being able to tell whether it was a gun or not, it was not in open plain view, right? Okay, so it would have been concealed if I can't tell that it's a gun.
You could obviously see the butt of it.
If you got your sweatshirt covering that gun, it's concealed. An open carry is open carry, nothing obstructing the firearm or the holster that it's in.
So had it been on the dash or like flat on the passenger seat,
Or had it been on your side without a sweatshirt covering it, that's not concealed. but you have it under
So
clothing.
now
That's
you guys
concealed.
want to nitpick.
And additionally, it's also a crime to present me with a driver's license knowing that it's suspended. I see you were convicted of driving while suspended in December, late December of 2021, which was only a few months ago. Additionally, you haven't been reinstated at all since then, so there's a pretty good inclination that you knew you were suspended and knew that license was not valid. That's also a crime in the state of Oregon.
You're making assumptions.
No, that's...
You're making assumptions.
Oh, as far as your knowledge
You're
of that?
assuming whether I knew or did not know.
Right, I never said I knew for a fact. Okay? I'm not in your mind. I can't know that.
It's probably a good thing we're not in that mind. I can't imagine what's going on in there right now.
But there's pretty good evidence to show that you likely knew. But additionally from that, for the concealed firearm, yes, you are under arrest. So we just need you to step out. We don't want it to be incident or anything. Just ask you to step out and face the panel of their force, please. So we're going to ask that you step out. We don't want an argument with you. We don't want any
So what are you going to do
altercation.
with my car?
So your car, so you were convicted of driving while suspended recently. So
You have no insurance on the vehicle.
You guys have no legal right to tow it.
Okay, again, you can argue that in court.
But I'm talking to you now.
Okay, this isn't the place for these arguments, okay, ma'am? So I'm going to ask you to go ahead and step out of the vehicle, and if you refuse
I will
to...
step
okay.
out of the vehicle. However, the U.S. Supreme Court has already ruled that a vehicle is a household effect.
Okay.
Therefore, you have no right to tow it.
Okay. Again, you can argue that in court. You can argue that. You can file lawsuits. You can do what you like.
So,
Okay.
in other words, what you're saying, Chief, is that you don't care.
How funny would it be if she got home and realized she never clicked record on that camera of hers?
get him on the camera.
That you are stomping all over my
Okay.
constitutional rights.
What I care about is this is my job. Okay. I am educated and I'm informed and I get the training on laws and court rulings.
But that does not
okay.
mean that you know all the laws.
Okay.
And that does not mean that you are kept up to date
Right.
on the U.S. Supreme Court's rulings.
Right. So I'm pretty kept up to date. And again, if I'm wrong, I'll eat crow later. Okay. But this isn't the place
Eating
for
crow
it.
later is not going to help me.
Okay. Well, it might. So, go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead and step out of the
In the
vehicle. You are
meantime,
under arrest.
You guys are taking something that you have no legal right to take.
Again, not the place for the argument.
I have not even said that I'm going to tow it yet, but we need you to step out now so we can get you in custody safely, and then we'll go from there. So please face that way. Face that way and put your hands behind your back.
Ow!
Okay.
Would you please
You need
be
two sets of
gentle?
cuffs?
I have a right shoulder injury, so
Chief,
please
you hold
be
this
gentle.
on. We'll put two sets of cuffs on.
And please do not pull my arms out.
We're going to do our very best.
Wait, did she just ask them not to pull her arms out? Is that something we should all be doing if we get arrested? I had no idea the police officers normally did that.
I'm only limited by these two cuffs.
Too high.
It'd be a little better if you were able to hold a little more still.
This woman got very lucky to have these two officers. They allowed her to call a neighbor to come pick up her car and not tow it.
Okay, if I take your glasses off before I put you in the car?
Preferably not.
I asked what
Generally,
you prefer.
it wouldn't be a big deal, but I get such bad headaches
That's fine.
from the light.
Okay, I'll have you step this way for me. And just right around me to the door here. So the best way is going to be to get up as close to that corner as you can, face me, and then sit back, and then swing your legs in. Just do your best. You can take as much time as you need.
Officer, you're going to have to help me.
Okay, how would you like me to help you? Would you like me to hold pressure on your back so you can slowly go in?
Do you want to hold onto your sweatshirt like this?
That'll work.
Okay. Slowly lean down.
As slow as you need.
A little more, yep.
Okay.
Keep going. There we go.
Awesome.
Yep.
So duck.
Does anyone else find it ironic that the same green jacket that is the reason that she's going to jail because it covered up her firearm is the same thing that's helping her get into the back of the police car?
Okay, so your head should be clear now. And I'll give you some time to get your legs in.
It's not as easy as
I know, it's difficult.
Okay, this is...
You want me to go on the other side and pull on you?
Can you push my feet up?
Yep. There we go. I'll just sit you up. Perfect. There we go. Okay, would you like a window down?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Driving on their way to jail, the officer has to pull over and allow Gina to get out of the car because she started having a very dramatic reaction to being in the car.
Would you like an ambulance?
No, I just gotta get this.
I bet she's real fun on road trips.
You're positive you don't want any medical attention, correct?
It won't help.
Howdy. So she was having a back spasm and couldn't wait, so.
I'm sorry, my back went out
That's alright.
a couple weeks ago, and it's been kind of sliding in and out since.
It happens. Stretch out real quick, and then we're only about 4 minutes away from the jail, so. How are you, sir? Good. How are you? You want to give it a shot? You ready? Okay, let's do it.
Same thing as before,
Okay,
please.
you need me to hold your jacket?
Yep.
Alright. Lean back.
Let me. A little more.
Okay.
Nope.
Oh,
Yep.
full arm? Okay. I got you.